two files for sentencing. 25-93382FH for sentencing on an attempt unlawful imprisonment, 5-year maximum, vulnerable adult abuse 4th degree, of 1-year misdemeanor, and also a probation violation sentencing in 24-93008H. Counsel, you want to state your appearances, please?
Chairman Buffalo, work on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, Mike Osler, representing Alicia Dockstetter.
Have you had a chance to review the probation violation report and the pre-sentence report with your client?
I have.
Any additions, corrections, or modifications to the actual information in those reports?
My understanding is that the reports have already been updated regarding the sentence credit. And so with regard to the probation violation report,
Let's see, so the sentence credit as of today would be, what, another 14 days? So
400.
Yeah.
215 on the new case,
in on the probation case?
400.
400. Okay. Thank you. And I did receive and review some letters on the defendant's behalf. You had a chance to review those.
Prosecutor Bethel.
All right. And the advisory guidelines are scored at 12 to 24 months in the felony in the new file. Any scoring challenges?
No.
Mr. Wirgo, any additions, corrections, or scoring challenges from the people?
None, Your Honor.
Mr. Vogler, go ahead.
Your Honor, the agreement here, and maybe I missed something here, but in terms of the pre-sentence report with regard to the attempted unlawful imprisonment, that my understanding of the plea agreement was that if the court were to sentence my client to prison, minimum sentence would be capped at 13. It wasn't
It wasn't an agreement for a set sentence at 15.
right.
It
wasn't so stark as what's written here. Also, I guess, and it's I think that's it. I did want to dispute her eligibility for SAI. The report says she's not eligible. I believe she is. And if the court were to sentence my client to prison, I'm going to ask the court to okay her participation in an SAI program, if in fact she is eligible. But given that, I think my client should just be sentenced to probation. As far as the probation violation, we don't have any argument against the recommendation for time served in a discharge. I would ask the court to put my client on probation in the new case and sentence her within the guideline. That would be the 12 months in jail would be a guideline sentence for her. Her family, who are throughout the years have been the victims of her crimes, are asking the court not to do that, not to send her to prison. I think too that she would be better served in a rehabilitative sense if she didn't go to prison, if she were put on probation with the potential prison sentence looming over her head if she violated. And I say that because on a 13-month minimum sentence, with the credit that she's got going in, I would anticipate that there would be rehabilitation programming in the prison system for her, requiring her to complete before she would parole. And I don't know what the time remaining here between now and when that 13 months would hit, that given what I think is a backup in the waiting list to get on that programming and complete it, I think she'd end up going beyond the 13 months before she would actually parole. The sheriff indicates she's been a trustee and has worked hard as that in the jail. There's not been any issues there. This false imprisonment thing, it wasn't your typical type of case. It's not the person or some stranger grabbing somebody and hauling them into a room or into a car or whatever. I mean, it's like she almost backed into it by subtracting things from other that basically fulfilled the elements of the crime. Took her phone, took her walker, and it didn't. It's not like it lasted for a great duration. Of course, it doesn't have to, but she's worked hard in jail. She has worked on her GED, came very close to just 1 point away from passing the English, I guess, and so she's only got a couple more things there to have that done. But I do think probation, with a heavy component of mental health treatment, would better serve society and her.
Thank you, Mr. Booker. Ms. Doxter, you don't have to say anything today, but you're welcome to. Is there anything you want to tell me or no?
Yeah, I just definitely want to apologize to my mother and my family. And I also want to let you know that I take accountability for my actions, and I would hope, in the future, just to do everything I need to do to better myself, to be a better mom, daughter, friend, sister, anything I could possibly be to make my future brighter and better.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Virgo, any recommendations from the people?
Your Honor, probation didn't work, jail didn't work.
Well, Ms. Doxter, as is often the case, both your attorney and the prosecutor are making valid points. They're just making them from a different perspective, But they're all saying true things. I do agree that it doesn't make any sense to keep or continue you on probation, because we've been trying that for quite a while, and you keep getting yourself in more trouble when you're on probation. So, I mean, in file 24-93008FH, we will enter a discharge of unsuccessful on a probation and give you credit for 400 days you've previously served. So you don't have to serve any more time. You served the maximum that you can in that case, aside from prison anyway. So I'm not going to send you to prison in the probation file. We'll just discharge you unsuccessfully. 400 days jail, credit for 400 days served. We don't have to enter a judgment of sentence on that because I'm not revoking your probation. We're just discharging you unsuccessfully. In file 25-93382FH, I was kind of torn. I mean, the fact that you've been continuing to engage in some assaultive behaviors, you don't seem to manage your emotions very well. And when you get upset about something, everybody around you has to really watch out. So what you need to work on with, counseling or mental health is how you can manage life when something doesn't go your way and you become upset. How can you navigate being upset without causing harm to anybody around you or you getting arrested?
Yes.
Guess what? Everybody in this room, we get upset during life.
Mm-hmm.
Things happen in life that are going to upset you. That's never going to stop. How you manage that is going to determine whether you go to prison or stay in our community. So I really was thinking at the beginning of this case and throughout this case that it might well be time for Alicia to go to prison. What changed my mind, honestly, was the effort that you've made while you're in the jail. Getting your GED, working on that. You've been working diligently on that.
Yes, sir.
It's not very often I get letters, from the jail saying that you've been a model inmate and helping out on the trustee status as well. So I think those things, it's a close call, but they do tip the scale for me to give you a local sentence. But I'm not going to place you on probation. So in 93382, there's state costs of $118, the crime victims assessment of $130, court costs of $350, and you can set up a payment plan with the clerk's office for that. And I'm going to order that you serve 12 months in the Presque County Jail, give you credit for 215 days previously served. I'll indicate on the judgment of sentence that this court has no objection to you participating in the trustee program and or the GED program if the jail determines you eligible, and they can give you appropriate sentence credit on your sentence for those programs. That is a sentence within the advisory guidelines, and it is within the 13-month jail cap. That's the sentence of the court. Ms. Doxter, you can file an application to appeal if you wish by filing an application with Court of Appeals. If you wanted a lawyer to represent you, you'd have to ask me within 6 months to get an appointed one. So we're going to hand you a piece of paper about those appeal rights. Ask you to initial one copy for us, so we have a record that we gave it to you. And the other one is you to fill out if you wish to appeal. So Ms. Doxter, once you're done with your jail sentence, you're not on probation with me anymore. But the thing is, if you continue the pattern of behavior we've seen from you for the last couple of years, I expect we'll be back. I expect Mr. Wargo will again ask for prison, and I'll have no reason to tell him no.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay? Good luck.